This is another episode of the Decoy Sports Podcast.
All right, guys, welcome back to the Decoy Sports Podcast. We are back finally.
Finally.
We had a week off last week. We're both a bit sick.
Not like on purpose.
Mate, I was cooked for a good 2 or 3 days.
Yeah, I think Monday night I was fucked.
Yeah. Well, you messaged me on Monday,
Yeah.
just when I'm doing it on the Monday Arvo, and that I was going to message you that day and just be like, look, I'll do the big lift if you really need me to, but I'm not good.
Yeah.
And then you actually, you called me and was like, I'm sick.
Baby
And
was
like,
sick.
oh,
I
yeah.
was sick. I'm like, I don't think I can do
I
it.
was thinking like we could maybe do something on like a Friday, like leading in, but it was just too hard.
Sorry, missed a game.
Late. Yeah, got too late in the week, and
Still
that's all
fucked
good.
anyway a bit.
Pretty good. With what's that? 24 rounds now,
Pretty good.
and we've only missed one.
I
in
mean,
24
I missed
rounds.
one anyway. Sick as
Yeah,
well, but
we made it work. Two.
Made it
I think you
work.
missed two.
did I?
Yeah, because we did you missed one where I did by myself, and that was a hard
The
slog.
record-breaking episode.
Somehow talked, for an hour and a half by myself, but
Only you, mate.
only me. And then I think the one that Ed stepped in as well.
Yeah, that's right.
Cool, man. Let's do we've got a lot to cover, I guess, because we've obviously missed a little bit. May as well just get straight into it. Your gun of the week, who'd you have?
Gun of the week. I had Leo Thompson
Yep.
getting a try.
Well, never hadn't scored yet.
No, 37 games.
Not a huge number for a forward.
No,
but
not
still,
big, but
yeah.
he's been fucking close so many times.
And if you can't score against the bloody Bulldogs, and they've got about 100.
To be
it's
fair,
about
it nearly
100
got
mil.
taken away.
Yeah, true.
Seriously, it was a bit fucking. I think he was well deserved.
Yeah.
He's been playing real good all year. Since World Cup, just carving it.
It's good, man.
Well, bro.
I like it.
Who was yours?
I went a bit rogue this week.
Not like you.
I didn't jump on the fence and, like you always get up me for, but I went away from NRL. Tillies, mate.
Oh, you
Oh,
can't go fast.
You can't go fast.
Can't
I couldn't,
go fast.
I couldn't
I
not
thought
put them in.
That's what I was like. I'll wear my green and gold today.
Yeah. Good
How
game.
good.
Jesus.
Fucking edgy as seat sort of shit, dude.
I even, I was that invested. I even, delayed the start of the Roosters game for it. I, had to.
Yeah.
And I was about 20, 30 minutes behind, but, never ended too. Just kept going and going.
10 penalty goals each side.
Yeah, I think I seen a stat. It's the most penalty goals it's ever gone to in a women's or men's World Cup game.
Hectic.
So,
not even a final, just any World Cup game.
World Cup.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
never gone 20,
Fuck.
10 and 10. Never. That's the stat. I don't do your own research, but that's what I've seen.
Crazy.
If that's true, that's fucking hectic.
Crazy.
That's a long game.
It was so it was good to watch.
Yeah.
People my missus doesn't give a fuck about sport, you know,
Everyone was involved.
she was off the jumping around and shit. It was so good.
Yeah, it's good to see, and it's good that it's a women's sport as well. Something a bit different, and it's good to see that everyone, no matter who they are and stuff, they've all gotten behind.
100%. How good was the Mackenzie, the goalie?
Oh,
Just fucking
She's good,
ice
man.
in her veins.
I
Dude.
know.
I heard something today that she's deaf.
Is she?
Yeah, she wears a hearing aid and stuff.
True.
I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
Don't take my word for her, but
Yeah. Yeah.
not that
I think it's
not that matters
Nah.
or anything. But
yeah, I don't know. I wonder if that throws you. Well, clearly it doesn't, but I wonder if that throws your senses slightly. But if
Does that
anything, if
mean,
you're
you
deaf,
can-
you almost have to focus more. And then apparently, what she's really good at is what
Body
I heard
language.
is body language
Yeah.
around what way people are going. So normally keepers can tell. I've obviously played soccer for 11 years, so I can sort of know a little bit around taking penalties and what you have to do. But you always, if you're taking a penalty, you should always try and keep your hips really square. But it's really hard to not
because you
turn the way you want to
want to
kick it.
kick, yeah.
So you've got to almost delay it and then either turn one way and try and almost kick the opposite, or if you're going whatever way, or a lot of the time if you just move so fast, a lot of the time they can't read it as well.
Yeah.
Some keepers are just premeditated, so they're going a certain way no matter what.
And you can see that.
You can sort of see it.
Yeah.
But yeah, mate, I've heard that because I don't know because of that, but it seems that I heard that she's really good at reading, so that might be a bit of a case why.
Yeah.
But that's pretty cool, man.
So, yeah.
It's going to be a big lift for Wednesday. the reason why I'm a bit nervous about Wednesday for them is the fact that they've just come off one of the biggest.
Yeah, is that like that emotion?
The
is it
emotion,
hard
but
to
not just
back
that.
up?
Yeah, and like he only used, he did towards the end, but like really he only used 2 subs throughout the whole game.
It was a long
And
match.
it's a really long match, and I think they've been they've used the least amount of subs out of any team in the whole comp. So it's like, how tired are they? And they're coming back off that. So
Yeah, I guess one good thing is like
I think if it goes
Sam
to extra
Kerr's-
time, they might struggle. But
Yeah,
if they can
like-
get it done in normal time, they might be okay.
Yeah. like Sam Kerr is like so fresh.
Well,
still.
she is, but then it's hard because she's if you put into extra time and stuff, she almost played a full match anyway, and then she's coming off a calf injury, and then she's going to play another full match only like 4 days later.
Yeah,
She's fresh, but she's not really fresh. She's fresh in terms of like her other parts of her body, but normally, especially with calf injuries and stuff, you have to have this very big like load management sort of thing. I wouldn't be surprised to even see her start on the bench again this week.
I think,
And then I'd see her come on
fine, right?
like maybe at halftime or something like that, purely because if you start her at the start of the game, you want your best players at the end, especially her taking penalties if it gets to that.
Yeah.
And if she's like, I don't think she would be able to play 120 plus pens if it went to that.
Nah.
So you almost like you don't want to risk it
Yeah.
until halftime.
Well,
and
maybe
then
they'll just like see how the game's going.
back
and
half,
then-
yeah. If they're getting beat 2-0, bring her on,
Gotta bring her on,
100%,
yeah.
right? But if they can get to halftime and they're 1-up or 0
Nil,
or something
yeah.
like that, then you probably bring her on then.
Yeah.
Cool. Good. Turtle
Yeah,
week. Who you
love
got?
Raiders.
Raiders, yeah.
Yeah,
That was dog shit.
they're just we were going over the scores like just before, and it like reminded me of just what the fuck. Like normally their record in Melbourne has been like really good
Yeah.
in the past like few years.
Yeah.
Knocked them out of like the semis last year in
Yeah.
Melbourne.
Yeah.
I think like if you're a Raiders fan, like you're expecting way more. That was
Yeah.
pathetic.
They've almost had it coming for a little bit too.
Yeah.
Like they keep either winning and then like blowing big leads and like just losing or winning. And like, I think it's always been about 10 points either way for them the whole
Yeah,
year.
it's been very close.
But it's almost gotten to that because there's been patches where they were so far in front and then they've lost this huge lead. And it's like, it just was from word go.
Yeah.
They just didn't have it in them.
Didn't have it. And like you look at them last week versus the Tigers, like they probably should have lost that game.
Oh yeah.
Like Tigers were the better team.
They've been very lucky,
Yeah.
very many, like a lot of times this year. And
Yeah.
like, you can almost say like at least 2 or 3 of their games, they probably should have lost even.
Yeah.
They could also argue maybe there's a few that they should have won.
you think-
But you look at that and you go, all right, well, if you take 2 or 3 losses, they're on the same points as like the Roosters.
Do you think like the Origin period has sort of like masked how not very well they've been going? Because like you look at through the Origin period is when they've sort of like shot up into that 4th spot. They didn't have really I don't think they had any players out.
Yeah.
They had Hudson Young
Yeah.
and Horsburgh in the last game, but like as far as like key playmaking players,
The season's been weird, bro.
it has
Like,
been weird.
there's,
I feel like they don't.
what happened
for
to
me,
like
they're not
Xavier
sitting in
Savage and
fourth.
shit?
I
Like
don't
he hasn't
know.
played all year.
I think
And
he
then you've got-
may have an injury from reserves
Right.
at the moment.
Because but he hasn't even played all year, bro. Like
Yeah.
he even came back, and then they were hell bent on Spash and Chris playing fullback, and then it's like, well, then did he? I don't know if there's injuries involved.
He
There
got
probably is.
injured,
Yeah,
and
but
Rapinoe was.
now
there or
he's
something, wasn't
and
he?
now he's fullback, and it's
Yeah.
like, well,
But then now he'll get charged. He's got like 3 weeks, I think.
yeah, the team's just a bit. I
It's like
don't know,
they're
bro.
like
So
imploding
are they
at the
saying
end.
that what's their structure moving forward then? Excuse me. Are they saying that Sebastian Crisp's their Crisp Chris is their long term
Sebby
halfback? Crisp. I'm hungry, mate. No. Is that their long term fullback, and then is Savage going to be their like a center, but then he can't really fit in that position because they've got, I know Croker's retiring, we'll talk about later, but like
Yeah.
there's a few there, and you just like, I don't know. And then like who's their halves next year? Like I don't know who their halves are.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, it's going to be Fogarty and who?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they're a bit
Mate,
all in limbo.
is
man.
Savage going to?
Maybe, but
make
is he
the
a half?
transition?
Is he in the half? I don't know. Like,
I don't know. It's like sort of a Jaden Campbell
Yeah.
situation.
yeah, it's a bit weird.
Yeah.
Would he put Chris there? Maybe. Like, I don't know.
Fuck
So-
I don't know. They wouldn't know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like that. Yeah, we'll talk about the 8 in a bit. So I want to get a good glimpse
I think
of a
we
run
need
home.
to like
we'll work it
deep
out in a little
dive
bit.
it, yeah.
But I just I can't see him actually making the 8.
it's hard to
I
see.
just
It.
feel like they might lose a few games. We'll have to look over their games.
Yeah,
but
I did have a like, and we'll go into it. But I know they got the Bulldogs this week.
Right.
But then it's like Broncos,
yeah.
Sharks, or
32's
something like pretty hard.
32 might be okay, but
You're still relying on other
I
results.
don't know if they'd
too,
have
right?
another bye or whatever.
No.
But for instance, if the Roosters can finish out the season, they'll finish on 32 as well.
Yeah.
So it's like you almost need 2
And
more
your
wins.
for and against is better.
Our for and against is awful, but I think it's better than theirs.
Well, they're
Yeah.
negative like 100 or something.
Yeah, we're
or
negative
more
like
now.
80. But then if we win, it's going to go into,
less
0
Yeah,
or
yeah.
whatever. So yeah.
What we're
look over
talking
it in a
about
minute.
for and against, just before we move on, like I just want to touch on the Knights for and against.
Yeah, it's great. It's the best I've
110.
ever seen it for
110 plus.
ever. I know. When was the
What?
last time you saw that?
Fucking never.
And you know what? Yeah, you've scored a lot of points this year, but you've defended well for the most part.
Yeah, there's a
most
couple of
weeks,
games.
yeah, most weeks you've defended well, and that's been your biggest. I think that's your biggest improvement for you guys
think
this
so
year,
too.
more than anything.
Yeah, not to steering in a nice
No.
direction. I just wanted to like touch on
I know.
it.
Yeah, I'll do it anyway with the Roosters. So
I know. I need to pull you up more.
fuck yeah. My biggest turd was Bulldogs. Bulldogs was you just said it before to me off air, but 108-6 is a total.
In a
total
5
points.
5 week period,
Yeah.
6 week period.
over 2 games.
Yeah,
Which just as a you look at that team and they're not 108 points to 6
no,
worse off.
and
They're not, and you aren't even the best team.
no, 100%.
Like that's what I mean. Like it's
Yeah.
not even that far of a gap. And they had Kickow back this week. They had
Sexton,
Sexton, Burton, Addo Carr's back.
Yeah.
They have nearly a full squad.
Yeah.
Man. Like I think the only difference was
They had Luke Thompson
I
back.
think what's his name? Averilo's playing fullback.
Yeah.
When he was playing on the centers, and who would they have like Hayes Perham or something at
Yeah,
fullback?
yeah,
Which I don't. It's pretty much a like for like change.
pretty much.
And then they've got Luke Thompson back, which I actually think he made some really bad defensive reads, and you
did.
could tell he was
So did
rusty as
Kickow.
shit.
Yeah.
And kick out. Although he smashed Crossland, that was
Yeah, it
absolutely
was like-
folded him.
Yeah, he fucking folded him. It's
Folded
like,
him.
do that in the start, bro.
No, I know,
Like,
but it was just.
yeah, yeah.
I'm just pointing it out.
No,
It's
fuck
funny. And then useless Jackson Hastings as well. On top of that,
Yeah.
So it's like, and he still scored another 30 points after that happened.
Yeah, I think
Also-
we scored 20 points after
There
he
you
went
go.
off.
So
yeah.
it's just like, yeah, the biggest thing I've noticed this year, and I know a couple of weeks ago, I know Kempy brought it up on Bloke, but he was like, I don't know what thing it was on, but they were basically just saying like, there's something about this year that like, soon as a team can get some sort of a roll on, it's just the other team. It doesn't matter who they are. You look at nearly every team this year, other than maybe the top couple, like. As soon as it's getting a bit of a roll, you can't stop the momentum. It's almost impossible to stop it.
Yeah,
And it's really happened with every team this year, and you can see it. And it's just you can't get it. You can't get it back.
It's
man.
hard to stem that flow.
You can't grapple it back.
Yeah,
you know?
there's probably only been a few games where it has been wrestled back. But yeah, you're probably right. Like for the most part,
You look at
Well, they're
like the
probably
first
right.
last couple of years, maybe 2020 when they
you know,
had all those
momentum's
really
gonna
big
swing.
changes and it went
Yeah, yeah.
so far that way, and then there was those huge score lines like 50, 60 nil every
yeah.
single week, and
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
like, this is just fucking shit.
Yeah, 2021 wasn't it? When Storm were humping
I thought
everyone.
it was 2020 after they did after
again.
after COVID. So you know how they like paused it for like 6-7 weeks, and they did
Yeah.
all those changes in when it was paused. So when there was no seat, they like changed the 6 again, and they
Yeah,
put
one
this and this.
referee and-
And they
yeah.
brought it all, and then they brought it back, and the rest of that year, and even 2021 as well.
Yeah.
Those 2 years, it was very just like over the top fast, and it's sort of, I feel like last year they were getting it right, and then this year's almost like they've just found this perfect thing, but it's almost more like 2019 again, like but with 6 again, so it's slightly quicker.
Yeah.
But it's like that, and it just feels like just so hard to just tackle any sort of momentum now.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll move on from that. Let's just do the thing now, man. So we'll go through the tables.
Okay.
Yeah, and we'll just see where everyone's sitting. And
Have you got it up?
let's both get it up and
Right,
sort
yeah.
of just check ourselves. So what I want to go over is just, we kind of know what's going to be the top. Let's try and figure out from probably 5th to 10th. What are people, or even 11th? Because
Yeah.
you'd say from You say anywhere from 5th to 11th. So 30 points is 5th.
Yep.
11th is the Roosters on 26. You'd say the Eagles are out of it on 25. But you'd say those teams are probably all still in with a chance. So let's go through. Let's do it now. If you want to get up the rated, let's go from the top.
So top 3 is, you'd think is set, right?
Top 3 set.
Warriors have
whatever they
great
finish
draw.
in. They'll I think Warriors will definitely be 3rd.
Yeah.
And then it's purely just like the Panthers or like Broncos still have a game in hand in terms of a bye.
Mm-hmm.
I can't see either of them losing, but it's going to go off for and against. And the differential right now is about 60, 70 points in Panthers' favour. So it's just like...
And Broncos have one less game
to
get points.
Exactly. Yeah. So you'd probably say Panthers win.
Yeah. Yep.
Broncos, Warriors. I think Storm will finish 4th. I think they'll just have enough.
Yep.
Sharks, they've found form again. It's kind of like...
But it's been against like a lackluster Rabbitohs.
Yeah, but you still had to beat Rabbitohs. And then you tipped the Gold Coast this week and they did play good the week before and they smashed the Cowboys. So it's kind of like...
I think I tipped them because I wanted them to win.
Yeah, I get you.
Not because I thought they could.
Yeah.
Which is silly.
You kind of fucked your whole tipping because you're 3 behind now.
I tipped Roosters on my work one.
Oh,
but
I've seen you do that because
I
obviously I didn't see you last week, so I just got your result like what you wanted. I was just like, fuck yeah, this is good.
You would have got 8 out of 8 then, eh?
I think I did, yeah.
Heaps cunts did.
Yeah,
yeah.
So I think Sharks will probably stay in 5th.
Yep.
What was their draw? Can you see that?
Yeah, I can. So Sharks have Cowboys, which is interesting.
There's a big games this weekend.
And it's at Cowboys as well,
right.
Which is Cowboys are favourite.
Mm-hmm.
The week after versus Knights.
Yep.
At Knights.
Yep.
And then the last round is versus Raiders.
Right.
So they're literally versing 3 teams.
All the big,
that all are fighting to be there.
Yeah. So they could either finish in 5th or they could even drop to
like 10th or 9th.
If they don't, they could lose all those games potentially and finish outside the 8.
Yeah,
it's very hard
to see them losing.
What would you say if out of the 3 games, what do they go? 1 and 2 or 2 and 3 1 or what is it?
I think I don't know. It's hard. Maybe 2, 1, potentially 2, possibly 1.
Let's just lock one in. Let's go.
I think they beat the Raiders.
So they go. Let's say they go 1 and 2. I could see them going 1 and 2 out of those.
So you see,
I say them losing to the Knights and losing to
the
Cowboys.
Yep.
So that gives them 32 points.
Yep.
Right.
Okay.
Next one, Raiders.
Yep. So they have. Where are we here? They have Bulldogs. So you'd
say
think
a win. Yep.
Maybe Bulldogs come out like firing after that. I don't know.
We'll win. They'll win.
Probably not. Broncos.
Loss.
The Sharks.
Well, we said they would win that because we said
Sharks would.
Or was that the one they won? Sorry. That's the one that the Sharks won. Sorry.
Yeah.
So they're winning 1 as well.
If that's what we said.
If we're going off what we think.
Yeah.
So we think both of them are finishing on 32 points.
Yep.
Knights. What are we saying for the Knights?
Rabbitohs this week.
Yep.
Sharks the following week.
Yep. We said that was a win.
And then Dragons.
So we said that's a win. I would say
it's potentially 3.
Potentially 3. What are we going to stick with?
2. I want to say 3, but you'd have to say
I'm saying
2.
because I feel like Hastings will be out this week. I'm going to say 2.
Yeah.
I think it's fair. 2. We'll lock in 2. So what's that?
33.
That's 33. So they finish out of our results. They'll finish in 3rd. 5th, sorry. Yes. Because then Sharks will be 32 and then Raiders will be 32.
Okay.
Rabbitohs. We said we gave them a win this week. So that'll be...
Well, I didn't say that, but
we're just going off of what we're like. We have to somewhat come to an agreement.
Yeah.
I'd still take 5th if I was you guys. Jesus.
Yeah, 100%. Yep. So Knights this week.
Yep.
Then a bye.
Yep. So that's 32.
And then you guys.
And then I think we would win. I just if you go off their form right now, I can't see them
we used to sort of hit a little bit,
and we've hit a bit of form. Yeah. So I'm just going off of that.
Yep.
I'd say they finish on 32.
So you're saying that's 2 out, or
3 teams on 32.
So okay. So they get bye plus the Knights potentially.
So 3 teams on 32.
Yep.
Cowboys.
Cowboys.
They have a bye somewhere as well, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Yeah.
No, they just had it.
They just had it
last
sorry.
week.
Yep.
So Sharks this weekend.
Yep.
Dolphins.
We gave them a win over the Sharks too. Remember?
Yeah, we did.
Yep. So 1,
Dolphins.
they'll win that. 2,
Panthers.
loss. So they finish on 32
Do
as
Panthers
well.
rest players? Probably not. If they wanted the minor prem,
I
they
still
won't.
just think they've got too much class, man.
Yeah.
I think they'll win. 32 as well.
Fuck.
Eels. They got us this week.
Yep. Yeah, so they got a fucking shit. They got a buy in hand.
I think the Eels are out, but let's just go through it.
Well, Eels have got a buy
So
last
that's
round.
one win.
Yep. So
They need to
got-
win all 3 to even have a chance.
Yeah, so they've got you.
Yeah.
And
So
then-
I think we'll win. They've got Moses out as well.
Yeah.
So
well, he's gone. Yeah, and then Panthers.
and then so they're lost.
Yeah.
So they'll go to 28. They're out.
Yep.
And then Roosters.
Yeah.
We have Eels, Tigers, and Rabbitohs.
So
you'd
then what would
say
you be? And then what would you be ending on?
We said
You'd
with
be
the
on
Rabbitohs
32.
when we did the Rabbitohs, we
Yeah.
said Roosters would win that. I
Yeah.
think we'll win this week, and then I think we'll beat the Tigers.
Yeah.
Especially when it's like
So,
so we're gonna have the Raiders, the Sharks, the Rabbitohs, and the Roosters all on 32 points, with only 2 teams that can get in.
hectic.
Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. 3 teams to make it out of those 5. All on the same points. So it's going to come down to differential. And that's where
Wow.
I think we're probably fucked. The Roosters
Yeah.
are probably fucked.
He's
So
in minus 84.
yeah, we go off differential.
Yeah.
If that's the case, Raiders lose.
Yeah.
Raiders are out.
Yeah. True.
The only one that we could possibly
Cowboys.
is the Cowboys. They're on plus 32. We're on minus 84.
It's if they get flogged.
But if we can flog like the Tigers,
Yeah. Well,
we can-
imagine if that last round. Oh wait, when's the Tigers game? Next
second to last. Yeah.
Yeah. So not this weekend.
Yes,
next
the
weekend.
yeah.
Yeah. Imagine like if it's like something like the Cowboys get beat or whatever
Yeah.
this weekend, next week, and you're like, fuck, we're a sniff. And he's come out and like hump them like
Yeah.
60-0.
For instance, say if the it's no time down to 4 and out.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
probably going to fuck us in the end. I think I can see us finishing 9th. If I go off what I think will happen, if we go off the 4 and against and what we just said, off of our 4 and against totally like now, and you kind of work out back and forth a little bit.
Yeah.
You'd say Panthers are first, Broncos second, Warriors third, Storm fourth, Knights fifth. 6th is the
I thought Sharks 5th.
oh sorry Sharks only won. You went to 5th. The Sharks only won 1 game and they'd finish on 32 as well.
Oh yeah, right.
So you'd be 5th. It'd be Sharks would be 6th. And then
So who we said Cowboys would beat Sharks or Sharks would beat Cowboys?
I can't remember. You can go back and check it, but I know that what it was Sharks would finish on 32 and Cowboys would both be on 32. So Sharks would be in 6th. 7th would be technically the Rabbitohs, just off 4 and against if they're on 32. And then 8th would be either the Roosters or the Rabbitohs.
Yep.
So it's going to purely come down to, yeah.
So Knights essentially
Roosters. Did I say Cowboys? So Roosters, Rabbitohs, or Cowboys.
Yeah.
It's going to come down to best 4 and against.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Hectic.
all going to be on 32. Like if
that
results
comes-
go off what
yeah,
we
yeah.
think, there's going to be 4 or 5 teams on 32 points, and it's purely just off 4 and against. I can't remember
fucking
a
crazy.
season being that close fucking in ages, man.
No, that is wild.
So, there you go. There's a rundown.
There you go. Fuck.
Mental, man. It's going to be crazy.
It is nuts. And like
Yeah.
if it finishes like that,
Yeah,
what a fucking end of the year.
I know. And it's
So
like,
Knights need to
thing-
win 2
Yeah,
out of 3 to be guaranteed.
5th, basically.
Yeah.
Well, no,
Well,
not
guaranteed
guaranteed,
top
but
8.
yeah,
Yeah.
guaranteed top 8. But off of results, I'd say they'd finish 5th if they win 2.
Yeah.
If they beat, especially if they beat Souths.
Yeah.
So crazy, man. We
Crazy.
need to win all 3 and probably win by like 30-point
Good
margins in
yeah.
most.
It's potential to do that this week.
Potential.
Like you've got the Eels that
Yeah.
are like sort of banged up and
Yeah, and then Tigers, you'd say like if we could put 50 on the Tigers and beat, Eels by 20 this week,
Yeah,
or 40 or 30 or something
you're
like
at
that.
-10.
We're at -10, and then it gets to South's last game. You know, if you can win even a little bit.
Yeah, well, you'd hope like...
The hard part is like, you know, the other team's already in plus, and it's like...
What's the Cowboys is the one you want to get like humped. Right.
Well, the only other way that could work would be, say, the only other people that are on really bad was like the Raiders. They're on -120.
Yeah.
And everyone else is like 92 for the Rabbitohs, 32 for the Cowboys.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like Cowboys is your main one.
They'd have
You'd
to lose
hope
by a
that
bit.
like the Raiders would just drop straight out. Like they just lose or whatever.
Yeah.
And then, or win the one and then their for against doesn't matter.
We just jump over the Cowboys basically.
Yeah. By them, because if you need them to lose X amount of games to even be there, and you just hope it's by a big margin.
Yep. Yeah. So at the end of the day, all Roosters really do is just keep winning, man, and win well and just hope.
It's like, it literally could be.
It's almost like for the Roosters, it's almost like the pressure's come off. And then like, it's like, there's no, like you have to win. Not you have to win to keep your season alive, but it's kind of like, it's probably far-fetched to the point now where it's just like, it's out of our hands, man. Let's just win and see what happens. Like, just throw the ball around, have fun.
Yeah.
And you kind of can see that a little bit, you know?
Yeah, they looked a bit shit.
In the first half, they did, yeah.
And then, but then it like
just
clicked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. All good.
Interesting.
Yeah. So
it could be like Roosters versus Rabbitohs
to get in.
the like.
It could be.
Yeah.
But I think the only way that would really work, just going off of results, like you never know, because Rabbitohs have been shit.
Yeah.
Even though they won this week, they've been shit.
Yeah.
It might be.
You want us to beat them.
I want you to beat them. 100%.
Like flog them.
Yeah. Yeah. The only thing would be like, because in that thing we said that they'd beat you this weekend.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, the only thing would be like,
not going to go according to what we said. You'd think.
Yeah.
Right?
But if it like, I just feel like if we have to, if it is comes down to that, I don't think it will be like, if we win, we go in. If they win, they go in. I think it will be like, we have to win, but we have to win by like 30 points or something. Like that's how I feel like it will happen.
Yeah.
Just what I mean. So it might just be a bit shit. Like
I
think we might win it, but it'll be like 10 points and they get through or some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the good thing about that is it pulled both ways.
Yeah.
That. So say if it comes down to the last game and there is a 30-point differential, but like you lose that point. So they might be plus 30, for instance.
Yeah.
And we're minus 30. You gain 30, but they're losing 30 as well. Because you're versing them.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So it's like a double one.
They're not moving at all.
So that round's almost double.
Yeah.
Because whatever you win by, that team loses those points, and then you gain. So it's actually like double the.
Yeah, that's true.
So
I didn't think about it like that. Yeah,
so
yeah.
actually,
Because they
like,
get the negative as well.
Yeah,
yeah.
So it could be like, so imagine there's like 15 points in it, and then like
you beat them by 16. Oh, you beat them by 8,
and then you get
like
and it's
16
like
ahead. Yeah.
Or you lose by and you miss out by 1 or something.
Hectic.
That'd be sick.
I wonder, like, if it got to the point, they'd know, or they'd be
what
told.
What do they do if it's 0-0? Like if it's even, and it's the last team to make the 8? I think they have to replay. I'm pretty sure.
I don't know about that. We'd have to find that out. I thought it was something
sort of
to do
like,
with like the more points scored or something, the more plus points of the year.
I don't know if they've changed the rule. I thought it was something like there's a playoff game to get in.
Maybe we'll look that up and
I don't know.
See for next week.
Anyway, all right.
I don't know if they'd do a whole game. Do a whole game sick. For it. They wouldn't do
Mate,
it.
I'd be there for fucking Rabbitohs Roosters extra game, eh?
Yeah.
It'd be fight central. Okay. All right, mate. Cool. It's been 2 weeks. Still haven't figured out a new name for this, but we'll just roll with it. Know your team.
I'm nervous, eh?
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I haven't done any research of the Roosters, but don't ask me.
I was like, going today on my lunch break, do some nights like
just so I remember,
Yeah, but I'm like, nah, I forgot.
I haven't either.
Who's going first?
I'll go first.
All right.
Okay. So if you don't know, this basically is we asked 3 different questions. I'm asking him about the Knights, and he's asking me questions about the Roosters. At the end of that, we will then do a bonus round, and we've enlarged on Instagram a photo of an arm, a leg, body part, something like that, of any Roosters player or any Knights player, and we have to try and guess who it is, and that's obviously Hopefully you give me a bit more than a fucking
Yeah,
arm
it's
this bit more than an elbow this week.
Yeah, you got a little bit of jersey, a little bit of arm.
That's good. All right. First one. List the 3 years Andrew Johns won the Dally M.
Okay. 2001?
Incorrect.
Fuck. It was I don't think it was 2005. It was 2004?
Incorrect. All right. For half a point, list one out of the three.
2007.
No. So
What
you
was
won
it,
it
98?
in 98, 99, and 02. You won it
02,
in.
right.
Yeah. 02.
What
So I knew that. I thought you might get 98, 99, but I thought the 02 one might throw you because it's like they
01.
won in 01,
Yeah.
and I thought you might go 01 and
That's
not
why I
02.
said 01.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yikes.
That's not a
All right.
great start. That's not a good start at all. Cool. Maybe we'll just edit that out.
In fact, you didn't get one.
I know, it's sad. Okay. How many premierships have the Roosters won?
Fuck, I actually don't know that. Let me think. That's pretty fucking hard because we've been around for 115 years, bro.
You're a loyal fan. I know how many the Knights have won.
Yeah, you haven't been around as long. Not even a quarter of them out. It's pretty easy when you count on one hand too. Let's go through it. I know for a fact they won it in, I think it was 73 or 4. They won back to back. I think it was 73, 74, something like that. They won 2002. They won 2013, 2018, 2019. I don't really know before then. I know that they hadn't won for 30 years until 2002 or something. I'm going to say, maybe another 3. I'm going to say, I'll say 9. Probably way more.
15.
Yeah. I don't know, bro. It was fucking 150 years ago.
For a bonus point, how many times have they been runner-up? So they played the grand final, but not won.
Oh, fuck. That's an even harder question. I'll say 21.
15.
So they won
So
15.
won
And yeah, right.
and
Yeah.
Come second, 15.
Cool. I don't know, man. That's a hard one. That's a fucking hard one.
Didn't say it was going to be easy.
No, that's all right. All right, next one. So in 2016, how many games did the Knights win?
That was that poo year, wasn't it? 4?
1.
1. Oh, that was that year.
Yeah.
The next year we won 4.
For an extra point,
Fuck.
how many points did they finish on that year?
6.
No, 7. They got a draw.
Did we?
Yeah, so you got 2 buys and you won 1 and you got a draw as well. I knew that would get you.
Yeah, you're like
Yeah.
6.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's not good.
I actually heard that one on, I think it was Matty John's show the other week. They were like showing something, and then it was like, I think they were showing like teams that lose or some shit, and it was like that year was like 2016. And they won 1 game.
It's wild.
I wasn't here that year, so I was fucking would have been embarrassing.
It's fucking was.
Embarrassed for you, mate.
That's why I don't forget it. I don't remember it.
All right, blocked it out.
Yep. So this is sort of like a Knights Roosters question. What was the score when the Roosters beat the Knights in the 2013 prelim?
I didn't even know they played him in the 2013 prelim.
You beat us to get to the grand final.
Even if you just said who do they play, I wouldn't have even been able to tell you the answer to that. I couldn't remember. We just come back from a Europe trip that year. I can't remember. I don't think we were away. I don't think we were here for it. I think we got back, and literally that week was the Roosters grand final.
No, we were.
Oh, I can't remember.
We got back.
I think I was probably still sleeping, mate.
Yeah.
Fucking 8 week.
We got back in like the 10th of August, and this was like the 20th or something.
Right.
Yeah.
Fuck. I don't know. I'll say 22 to 18.
No.
What?
40 to 14.
We smashed
Yeah.
you.
We had Danny Badiris, and he got like fucking smacked.
Right. I can't remember that.
Gone.
I only remember the final, mate.
Yeah, right.
All right. We're both having a shocker.
I think, to be fair, like your questions I should be getting.
Yeah.
My
Mine have been hard.
ones are like Good on you if you get these.
Yeah, I know you you just cunt one last week. Fuck him.
I went into the well, mate.
All right. I'd hope you'd get this because I'd get this in the Roosters. What was your first year in the comp?
88.
Yeah. That was a pretty easy one. But I just wanted
easy.
to
Give me a chance.
yeah, give you a chance.
You probably thought I would have got more though.
Nah.
Fuck you.
The other ones are pretty hard. Like they're easy but hard.
Yeah. All right. Cool. I think I might win this round.
You probably will.
Okay. Who has the record for most points in a season?
For Roosters. Fuck. Trying to think of someone who kicks. Was it? Is it a back? Can you at least give me a hint?
I don't even know. I think it was a. Or maybe it was a half.
Was it Todd Carney?
No.
That 2010 year? He was kicking and he scored 1 million tries too.
No.
Who was it?
I can give you a year and I'll give you another crack at it.
All right.
1998.
Was it? Was it Walker? Adrian Lamb? I don't know.
Ivan Cleary.
True.
284 points.
Nice.
Latrell was second with like 267.
Right. There you go. I don't know, man. I didn't even start watching the Roosters till about 2001, 2000.
How's that my problem, mate?
I'm just saying, you could have done it in the NRL area, you cunt. You know I'd get all those.
That is an NRL area.
You know what I mean? Like, less than 30 years ago. Jesus Christ.
Anyways, it is less than 30.
I know. You know what I mean. Fuck you. All right, let's do the thing.
Yep.
Get it up. I'll go first, eh?
Right.
All right, you ready for this shit?
Mm-hmm. I've just like screenshot mine, so I'm not like zooming.
No, me too. I just was like making it a bit harder because the other one wasn't very good. The other one was probably a little bit obvious.
Yeah.
All right, ready?
Mm-hmm. And we'll have this up on the
Yeah, we'll have it up on the thing.
screen
Ready?
for YouTube.
3, 2, 1.
Frizzell?
Yeah. You dog.
All right.
Oh, you won this week, you fucking dog.
I think you might even get this just from like his pose. I wonder if I can zoom in and make it harder. No, I'll give you the whole thing.
Fuck you, man. You're going to win anyway.
Last week.
Yeah, you fucked me.
Right, ready? I'll make it see. Yeah, that's better. 3, 2, 1.
That's hard. Oh, I don't know. That's fucking tough. I don't know. Is that Sam Walker?
No.
Because he always puts his hands on his head when he's like, the person is like, I know Teddy does the same thing, but he doesn't have big enough arms to be Teddy. I don't know, dude. I've no idea who that is. Butcher. You fucking dog. That was so hard. At least like running style, like you could full see that was fucking Frizzell.
Bruh, that's not the game. You didn't say to me,
but I'll
pick
try
someone.
I'm going to actually make it hard next week for you.
You've been trying, bruh.
That was pretty easy. You could tell that was Frizzell. Where it's like, that could have been anyone. Literally anyone. You basically just showed me jersey and this much of someone's arm.
And his chin.
Bro, that wasn't a chin.
It's not my problem, brother.
It was like a
Thank you.
piece of his fucking beard, mate. All right. Fuck you. That was a shit game. Let's move on. Don't make them so hard next week so I actually can get one. That'd be good. Maybe make some like in the recent years when I actually started watching the NRL.
Right.
Like how am I supposed to remember something from 98? I was fucking 8 years old, bro.
Not my problem, bro.
7 years old, some shit.
You're a fan.
Yeah, but I started watching the game I remember the first Roosters game I ever watched was a 2000 grand final against the Broncos. That was the first game I can ever remember
Mine
watching.
was like the 2001.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I didn't do anything before then. All right.
You said when were we made? When did we start?
Yeah, but everyone should know the year your fucking team came into the comp. That's so easy, that one, when you think about it. 1908. Like, I know that, like, everyone knows that. All right.
Don't be sore, petty loser.
Yep. It's me. All right. News. Jackson Hastings has been assessed day to day and potential to play against the Rabbitohs this weekend. Looked pretty bad. I thought he was
looked bad,
gone for
man.
the season. As I said to you before off air, I was trying to I was nothing against Jackson Hastings, but more to help the Roosters. I was a bit like, fuck, I hope he's out the rest of the year.
Yeah.
But no, I actually now when we looked at that, I'd actually want him to come back.
You want the Knights to
I want
win.
the Knights to win.
It's going to be harder to leapfrog us.
Yeah. Like if you lost on the weekend, it would have been easier
Uh.
because it was like, cool, we could get in front of you, but
Yeah.
now it wouldn't be. Especially if you got the extra point.
Yeah. Yeah, look, it was a pretty bad tackle. Like, Reed Marnie was blowing up like, oh, no, he wasn't even a hip drop.
Ed
It
was
a
trying to
fucking
tell
hip
me
drop,
today
bro.
it wasn't a hip drop. He's like, oh,
Is he off his
no,
head?
he just, like, he fell. And I was like, you're an idiot.
Seriously, his whole legs were off the ground.
Yeah.
It's
You can't defend that, man. It was bad.
He'll get, like, what, a few weeks for it.
Yeah. I think the reason Ed was trying to defend it was the fact he goes, oh, it's just shit. Just he's probably going to like, he was probably like a chance to get Rookie of the Year, and he probably won't now because he gets suspended.
Rookie of the Year? I reckon it'd be Camperera.
He was trying to say that he would, but again, Bulldogs fan, mate.
Yeah,
They're trying to take whatever they can at the moment.
It's true.
I don't think he would have.
Nah, I think AKP might.
There's a few others, yeah. Yeah, he's coming like third on the try scorers list.
Yeah.
And then you got like, I don't know, there's a few players that are definitely in front.
Is that Jackson Ford from Warriors? Is he a rookie?
Yeah, he might be.
I think he might be. He's going.
I'd like to see the list because
Yeah.
I think there'd be a few in front.
Yeah, no, like, fucking, I'm happy about if he's any chance, like, because
I think they'll rest him this week.
Yeah, I read a report or seen a comment or something that was like, week one. I think it might have been NRL physio.
Yeah.
It was like, week one, he'll be out till week one.
Yeah.
But that was before they got the scans and all that shit.
Yeah.
So if it's a week, cool. Like we got 7-day turnarounds.
Yeah.
So it's like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Till the next, if they rested him this week.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they've got Adam Clune, which apparently has been going right in
Yeah.
reserves, and
Yeah.
he's sort of just a game manager.
Yeah.
It's nothing too like flashy, but he might be able to just do what he needs to do.
Yeah, I
just for the
think
week.
it'd be interesting to see what they do with the halves, like if they put Clune in or if they maybe bring Miller in or something like that.
I
don't know if
think
you
you
fuck around with
upset the whole.
Ponga and I don't know.
I don't think
maybe
you
they-
upset the whole thing, man. Like,
Yeah.
just keep it as is.
Well, they just play Crossland at 6, put
gamble at
Gamble
7.
at 7, and then
Or maybe put just Crossland
played
at 7.
Yeah, who played 9 for you?
Kurt man.
Yeah, maybe they just do that.
Mm.
I don't know if you want to bring Clune in.
Yeah,
It
I
keeps
think
the same
he
sort of
said it in
group.
the press conference
That you do that,
that Clune's like the next ready to go.
right?
Yeah.
So yeah,
So he must be going
Clune
right.
did all right at stages last year.
Yeah, he's just slow.
he's
and-
just- yeah.
But I think he was injured, Like
Probably
last year.
I think if you can just I think because you figured out your style of play now, if you can
Yeah.
just do a game management sort of
should-
type role,
Yeah,
you'll be fine.
and
I
surely
think.
they train together.
Yeah.
Like they're in the top 30 squad.
He'll be all right.
Yeah,
He'd probably just fill in at least for a week
just
or
a
two.
week or two. Yeah, it's just like not annoying, but it's just like it's like crucial games
Yeah,
now. You know.
But you got to look at it, and
But it's
you've
not
almost got like your full team, man.
yeah, except Brayley.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
And Brady Best didn't play.
Yeah,
and
true.
I think he might get rested again.
yeah. But
Boring.
like you've probably at that stage now where you can sort of look at that and go, oh, like we can just give him another week. It's not
Yeah,
a be all and end all game.
Yeah.
Like if you lose that and you win another 2, as I said, you'll still finish fifth.
still finish 5th. Yeah,
Hopefully, well, like
Fifth,
depending on
sixth.
other teams.
Yeah. Home final.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
I
Cool.
might even fly down there, right?
Bet you don't.
Maybe I will. No,
No.
probably wouldn't be allowed.
Yeah, you won't be allowed.
Old me, mate.
Yeah. All right, next one. So Jarrod Croker announced his retirement. He holds obviously the Raiders' all-time records for points and tries.
Mm-hmm.
He's at, I think it's 305 games.
305
305.
Yeah.
He might play another game this year.
you reckon he will?
But I don't. Well, fuck. After what they did on the weekend, who knows? Maybe he does come back in.
Yeah.
Like he really shored him up. I know he's still letting a lot of like they trying to make out that like it was like his defense that changed the whole.
It's not. It's the guy inside of him, I
But
think.
yeah, and like the fact is like he still let a lot of tries in down there, but he just brought experience that they looked better when he was there.
100%.
So maybe he does play a couple more games.
Surely,
this year,
like if you're like inside, I don't know who plays inside of you? Is it Hardy Young?
Yes.
Yeah. So like, surely when Jarrod Croker's out in the field, you're like, fuck, I got to do something for this guy. Like he's put everything into this club.
Yeah.
Like I need to like.
It's white.
Make it grow an extra leg. Yeah, one.
I'm not saying all the tries go down their edge at all. That's what I'm saying.
I think statistically,
but they do get a lot down there. Yeah, yeah. And he was still letting in a fair few.
And is that just because of the like inconsistency of the who is in that position? Like maybe Croker was in, Croker was out, Croker's in. Like
then there was like Hopewadi. Yeah. You have Kotrick coming in and out.
It's hard to have like wing confidence in the guy inside and outside of you.
Yeah,
when you don't play there every week.
Yeah. Hasn't fucking Kotrick just fallen off an absolute cliff, mate?
Bro, since he made Origin and then went to the Bulldogs,
he was like like the premier winger.
Literally.
And like there was a couple of weeks ago there, he was like coming off the bench.
Yeah.
He's playing on the bench, bro.
It's weird.
It's like, oh yeah, we know you're good enough to make 17, but we've actually got wingers in front of you and you can't play centre. Because I think he signed for a lot for the Bulldogs to play centre.
Yeah.
Remember he went there and he played like first 4 or 5 games, I'm pretty sure.
Like garbage,
and they were just like, nah, bro, you're not centre.
Yeah.
Went back to the wing and just was dog shit ever since. It's like
his
whatever
confidence
happened at the Bulldogs just
balls.
zapped his confidence and he's just never regained it. I think for him to get his career back on track, he needs to go somewhere.
Fuck yeah.
Go to like clearly not even working at the Raiders.
He needs to go to like an elite club.
Yeah, I think like Ricky's very good at he's a very good man motivator, but I think there's been years where he's just lost coaching.
Yeah.
So I think Ricky's, I'm not saying he's a bad coach, but I'm just saying there's other teams like Melbourne, things like that, that can probably make him a better player. Yeah. Whereas like he's a good man motivator.
Everything for him.
Yeah.
And be like,
he's got all the attributes there, dude.
I feel like big man.
I feel like he's gotten too big and it's slowed him down. It's almost like, you know, Sivo, he almost looks a bit too big now. That like he scored a lot of tries this year, but he just like
it looks like he's
the issue
it's hard to carry the weight.
The issue with like the winger these days is I actually think wingers should be paid more than centers these days. I think.
Yeah,
well, they do more hard work, man. They do way more work.
Centers are sort of just like semi finishes now, right?
They just sit out there and they'll, you know, you want them to be showy and like pretty good, but you look at your winger does all those fucking shit carries out of the back. They've got to catch the ball. They've got to
getting tackled in the air, getting hit as soon as they land.
They've got to do the attacking kicks to the side. You probably want someone that's tall and big and strong.
Yeah.
You know.
And if he's fast or tall, he's got to be
almost
chasing
like 2 things.
You
look at all the best wingers in the game, man. Your Totos, you know, all these guys, like they can fucking make meters out of the backfield, but they can finish as well.
Yeah.
You need both. And, you know, I just think, like, if you get too big, it kind of, like, he's just not, like, powerful enough.
No,
like, he's powerful and strong, but it's almost like if you mold them too much that way, they just turn to a forward.
Yeah. And like you said with Sivo, like, he's good at those, like, finishes where he's just got to run over a guy.
Half his things are just fucking scoring tries in the corner, man. It's not actually that bad. Like, it's not hard.
That's what I'm saying, though. Like, it's not, like, this crazy feat of, like, acrobatics from a winger. It's like him just barging a guy and going. But I could
almost bet you, if you look at Panthers have been one of the top team, like the top team for the last 3 years. I guarantee you in the last 3 years, without even knowing off the top of my head, that Toto is not in the top 5 try scorers of any of those. Yeah. But he's the best winger in the comp.
Yeah.
Why is he the best winger?
Nut trucker.
PCMs. I would rather one of them my team
100%.
All day.
Over can do the finishing.
Exactly. Over fucking who can score a try in the corners. Anyone can.
Yeah.
The ball comes to you, you're scoring a try.
Yeah.
But who can fucking nut truck?
No.
There's probably like
Greggy Marju.
There's probably like 5 to 10 solid
Toto
wingers.
is the king. Yeah.
Tupo's good. Tupo's a fucking nut trucker.
Tupo is really good.
He's an underrated nut trucker.
Greggy Marju this year has been fucking great. Who else would you say?
I don't know. Like you go through the teams.
Wingers from Melbourne. Has Xavier Coates been trucking it a bit?
Xavier Coates, he didn't at the start of the year. He's definitely been trucking it lately.
Sammy Valame.
Yeah.
From Cowboys,
and I think that's why that's a perfect example.
Yeah.
Because who's like
he got out of Raiders.
No, that. But like you look at who he's keeping out now.
Yeah. What's his name?
Yeah. I forgot his name. That's why I was trying to hope you said the name. Fucking cunt that's played for a million years. Kyle Felt.
Yeah.
So like, what's Felt good at? scoring tries.
Yeah.
And he fucking finish in the corner. He's like known for his finishing ability.
Yeah, well, that's why.
But no one gives a fuck anymore because we want you to nut truck.
Yeah, because other guys can do that shit.
Anyone can finish.
Yeah.
Or if you're a winger, you can finish.
Yeah.
But can you nut truck? Can you do both?
Not all of them can.
Not all of them can. So you look at it, man, and that's what I mean. Like Toto is a perfect example. It's like, he can nut truck for days.
100%.
So I don't even know how the fuck we got onto that. Basically, we're talking about Kotrick. That's right. Yeah. And it's just like he's gotten too big, I think.
Yeah, I think so as well. Yeah.
Anyway, let's move on. Paps played his had another return this week into reserve grade. He finished the whole game. I think he scored 2 tries.
He scored 2 tries. Scored a try, set up a couple.
Yeah, something like that.
Made a lot of meters.
Apparently, it's pretty good. Apparently, they've set a possible, or they've like hinted towards a possible return date in round 26.
Yeah, versus the Titans.
Yes.
Yeah. Big. That's massive.
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 We've already talked about it before.
We have,
where we think he'll play and stuff. But
massive for their like a boost for the finals though, for them.
Yeah.
That could be like that X factor they need.
Yeah.
To match it with Panthers or
I'd feel
Broncos
extremely. I know we sort of said the other week, but I'd feel extremely sorry for
Meaney
if he played the entire year and most of last year at fullback, and he's probably gonna because if Pap comes into fullback, there's no real say if they stay healthy, there's no position for him.
They have to keep
in
him
the team.
at 14.
They'll
get rid of Wishart.
Wishart didn't play last week. There was I think it was. What's the other guy? Garlic. I think he played 14.
But they'll get dropped. Yeah. Like, it'll be Meaney.
Yeah.
And Meaney can cover.
Actually, they
can
swapped
cover
it around. Garlic started this week and then he got Grant off the bench.
Yeah. Which worked all right.
It did.
Yeah. I mean, I think anything would have probably worked all right against that Raiders.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. So it's hard to really gauge, but...
Yeah, dude. Great. Good to see him come back, but it's going to be very, very interesting to see what they do.
Yeah.
Bellamy's pretty... ruthless, man. I think he'll do what he thinks is best for the team rather than
But I think you can't.
Although he's ruthless, he's very what's the word? I don't know the word. Where he's very just with each player, he's very
transparent.
Yeah. He'll be very transparent and be
this is the direction we're going. It's not because of you. It's because of the makeup of the team.
Yeah.
Or blah blah blah. Whatever.
Yeah.
Insert words. Whatever you want to say.
Yeah.
So I think Meaney stays there though. He has to be on the bench. He can cover a lot of positions.
Yeah. Nah, it'd be cool. It'd be good to see him back. Hopefully
100%.
he comes back.
When he was dominating last year or the year before.
Yeah, you're
fuck, dude.
He's gonna make Blues 14.
And he would have, but he got injured. Yeah.
Such a freak accident too. Knee collision, man. Shattering your patella. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, dude.
All right, mate. Mitch Pearce is set to retire instead of returning to the NRL, apparently.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I think it's allegedly, but...
Allegedly.
I suppose he's not come out and say
Last week he was saying, there was a report saying he was going to come back and, wants to return to the NRL.
Yeah.
But now he's saying that apparently, there's things saying that he apparently wants to retire instead. I think he's 33. I thought he would have another year or so in him, but he's been playing for a long, long time. He's my favourite player since
He was 17 when he debuted?
Yeah, I think he was a year older than me. So I'm 32 this year. I'm pretty sure he's 33. Yep. So he's been playing... I just remember him playing basically my whole life growing up.
Since he was 16.
Yeah. Because I think he debuted at 17. Yeah. He
played would have been 16. He's been playing the whole time.
Yeah.
I think... all that reports and stuff about him coming back. Why would you want to come back?
Yeah.
Everyone, the media was fucking into him every single year, every single week.
Yeah.
When he done something
maybe he just wants to return home to Australia, and then it's just if these reports are real, maybe he's just fuck, I just want to retire.
Surely he could get a bit of a job.
He'd get
as a
halves
coach or something.
I reckon he could get a job back at the Roosters, to be honest, mate.
Yeah.
Because even last year, he came back in the off season. He was helping us with he's helping us with the kids pathways and shit. He's coming in talking to them and stuff. I would take him back for a year, bro, at the Roosters. What are we crying out for? What are we crying out for though?
100% an experienced half that can kick.
Literally.
Which is him.
Is he going to be an upgrade from Hutchinson?
Yeah.
Is he going to be an upgrade from Keary?
Yeah.
and then you just have Walker Keary fight it out. That's like for me.
Yeah.
Hey, bro, come back, give you 300 grand.
Yeah. But it's just like, does he want the pressure? It's just the like you go back to
Maybe
the Roosters.
it might be like one big year. You know, you can just fucking rip in.
But
you don't have to do much.
Yeah, I know.
It's
but
almost like
still,
a Reynolds type thing.
Yeah, but
you've got
you're at the Roosters,
talent
man.
around you. Just do what you need to do.
Yeah, but you're at the Roosters, and it's like
but you're at the Broncos. Same
if
shit.
there's another season like this year that's been for the Roosters, like it's because of fucking Mitch Pearce. Like, does he need to retire on that? Like, he's over there getting the crumpets.
I just feel like this year was such a freak year for us that I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think that you'll see this again next year. There seems to be every 4, 5, 6 years we sort of have this year, and then it resets almost. Like if you think everyone's firing in our team, man, and he brings back experience, you know what I mean? It's kind of like imagine having him and Walker just throbbing, and then on the back of that, you know, you got your Teddy, you got fucking Manu, you got all these players.
I just like with the report, I just am like, well, he probably just doesn't want to come back for the pressure.
Yeah,
and why would you? He's made his money. Like he'd be getting paid a good coin.
I don't
over there.
necessarily trust it.
Yeah,
I'd like to see what happens, but I don't trust it right
What's
now.
alleged, right? So.
There's been too much shit thrown around that he wants to like.
He's coming. He's not. He wants to retire. He's not.
going to the Tigers, and then I want to stay in France. I'm loving it over here. I'm going to play, and then I'm coming back to Australia, and now I'm retiring. I just like until something happens, I'm just like yeah. All right, next one. Payne Haas. This was last week, but we weren't here. So Payne Haas apparently not accepted the offer for from the Broncos. I think it was 3 years for just over 1.1 mil
per year.
Per year.
Yep.
What do you reckon about that?
I think
it's been blown out of proportion.
We were sort of talking about it off before we come on, but it's like it's a hype building thing, right? Like if he goes waits till November 1. It's like all the third party shit, like all the extra stuff that he can't maybe talk about now or wants to build the hype up a bit more. He might get more shit. Yeah. And it'd be his management's directing him, right?
Management directing him. And like they probably said, you probably accept, it's there. But let's just see what, I don't know. It's so hard because you kind of like, okay, well, is he just sort of going, let's go to the open market, November 1, see what other teams throw out there, but to uplift your family, move everyone. You got one of the probably top 2 teams in two to 3 teams in the comp, and then you leave for 100 or 200,000. Yeah, Campy made a good point as well the other day. He said that, say it's a Sydney team, you move there, the cost of living's double from Brisbane. Yeah, like true. We know that. We know how cheap it is here compared to other places. And like you look at fucking prices of houses in Sydney and shit, you're paying double. Yeah. So that 200 grand's gone anyway. Yeah. So it's like, and then you got to move. The only thing is, like, I know he's from New South Wales, so you could say, oh, maybe you want to go home. Maybe you want to go home. But I know, like, I think most of his family lives in Queensland now anyway. Yeah. Like there was all that shit with his mum and stuff earlier in the year. Yeah, and she's in jail. That's what I mean. Or whatever, so it's like in up here. Yeah. So it's like, why would you? Yeah, you may as well stay up here. Unless he wants to like separate. Yeah, unless like you don't know where his partner's family's from, like all that shit. There's a lot of shit you don't know, and you don't understand. Like we don't know, but it's also like, well, I don't know. Like maybe, like I just can't see the point of getting extra couple. No one's gonna pay him more than like 1.3. It's just sort of it's just the only person that might pay more than that is fucking rugby union. Yeah. And it's like, are you waiting for that? Maybe, but it screams of like, to me, and I might be interpreting it wrong because he had all that stuff last year, how he wanted to release. Like, is he happy there at the Broncos? Yeah. He put in for a release request last year. It's weird. I don't see why. Not rejecting the offer. He's not accepting the offer. Because you look at that and you're like, they don't look. Does he not get along with the coach? There's nothing in that whole team that you look at him and you go, there's something off there. Yeah. It's so fucking random. But that's a sign of probably a good club that it stays internal. Yeah. If this, like, just say there was something happening and he didn't get along with the coach or didn't want to be there, like, and it was at the Tigers, someone would fucking leak it. But, like, you got to remember, man, this was only last year that shit was happening. Yeah. At the Broncos. Yeah. But like, remember, all that shit was getting leaked at the Broncos, bro. Like only a year ago. Cobbo saying that Kevy's not a good coach. Like, so there's things that does come out. Man. Yeah, I know, but maybe they've just gotten a bit like tighter with it. Like,
since Ben Eichen.
They're notoriously
left.
been. Well, Ben Eichen kind of changed it because there was
Yeah,
all
he did.
that shit before he come in. Remember, there was every week there was something new with the
Yeah, yeah.
Broncos, and they were just getting pumped.
Yeah.
And that kind of just switched because he sort of brought him in.
Yeah.
Hard to say, man. It's
is,
fucking
man.
weird.
What do you reckon he does?
I think he stays. I don't know. I just can't put my finger on why he's doing it.
Yeah.
Because it's like you might get slightly better offer, but what are you? Do you want to leave?
But is
Like,
it
I just
about
don't
the money?
understand.
Does he want?
That's what I mean. I don't get
Does he
it.
have it in his head that he wants to play for a certain club? Maybe he's always had a club that he's.
Roosters. Roosters.
In my head, I was sort of thinking the Roosters, but
I don't think we could ever afford him, man.
no, but like you could pay 800 for him.
Yeah. Well, he's got another year at the Broncos, right? Next year as well.
Yeah.
We've only got 7 players signed for 2025.
Yeah.
So we actually
There you
can
go.
afford him
Yeah.
if we wanted to. We don't even have Manu signed or anything.
Yeah.
Like he's coming off contract soon. Like I think nearly like 90 or not 90%. I think it's about 75% of our team is off contract after next year.
It's good time.
It's good you can sort of rebuild, but
Yeah.
All right. Last little one. Just because we're on the Broncos, Adam Reynolds has a little tiff going with Jason Demetrius. Just want to bring this up. He sort of said it last week. How he basically said that like Lockie Ilias is going to be the best, like one of the best halves in South's history, or like for like a long time, and all this shit. Almost like as a dig at Adam Reynolds.
Yeah.
Like,
Unnecessary.
I was just watching him on the weekend, bro, and I'm just like, have you seen anything in the past like 10 years where a team has just made the wrong call, like any worse than him?
No.
That's when
That's been the worst
That has
call.
to be the worst call of like recruitment.
100%.
I can't think of anything that's worse than that.
No.
Just to the level of how good he is and what they're lacking.
Yeah.
What South's lack.
If Reynolds is in their team, it's a switch of Broncos and Souths on the ladder right now.
That's exactly what I said to Dex. I work with. He's a South fan. I said, mate, if you put Reynolds back in your team,
They're coming second or first.
Your top 2 to 3 teams in the comp,
100%.
and then the Broncos aren't there. So like the Broncos will be good still, but they won't be there.
No. They'd maybe coming.
So
they'd
you'd
be in
probably
that
be
fight
second.
for the bottom.
You'd
of
probably
the
be
top
second
eight.
with the like fighting with Panthers.
million
And him as a South fan said, yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Like
It's so fucking crazy.
it's so downplayed of how bad the call that is.
Yeah.
But I just like on the weekend just reiterated it again.
100%.
I'm just like, that is one of the most shocking decisions anyone's ever made.
Yeah.
And he wasn't even going bad leading in.
No, it's because he's getting older. But then they
made the
re-signed
grand
Cody
final
Walker.
that year, dude.
They re-signed Cody Walker. They said to Reynolds, we're not going to give you 2 years because you're getting older. But they said re-signed Cody Walker for 2 years, and he's
He was
older.
the same age or older, yeah. And they did the same with Damien Cook.
What the fuck?
Same with Damien Cook. He
So
signed him
bad,
for like
dude.
2 to 3 years, and he was fucking 30 or 31 already.
So bad.
And like, I don't know. Would you say I look at it and okay, yeah, they're different players. Walker's been good. He's made Blues again, all this shit. Reynolds hasn't. I would argue that Reynolds has played better than Walker since he's left as well.
Agree.
Like he had a few injuries last year, but especially this year.
Yeah.
Walker has patches where he's really good.
Walker's like elite.
But if you took
Yeah,
those two
Titans.
players, who would you prefer in your team?
Reynolds.
I'd prefer Reynolds.
The skill set, the
Lead you around the park.
consistency. Like Cody Walker is like a 10 one game, then a 6 or a 5. Adam Reynolds is like a fucking 8.5 every week.
I almost feel like that, like him saying that is almost like him trying to cover the fact of how bad of a decision it was. Like it's
him saying it is being like,
they're trying to cover their
we
own
fucked
asses
up.
of like saying, oh, like, nah, it's a good decision.
like bear with us, he'll be the best one
he's
day.
the best because like, yeah, it was a great decision. Like we did it for a reason, and you'll see, because if we didn't, if we re-signed Reynolds, Ilias would have left because there wouldn't have been a space for him and all this shit. It's like, he hasn't done anything to prove to me that he should have been there over Reynolds.
No.
I know he's younger, but it's still just like...
What happens in 2 years when Walker retires?
I don't know.
That's all their points.
Yeah, legit. They'll literally just have to rely on Latrell.
Latrell, yeah.
That'll be it. Like, who knows? They might sign some players by then, but fuck.
Yeah, but
I don't know anyone that's sort of like...
It's not even on the radar, right?
Yeah, who knows? Maybe we'll eat our words and Ilias turns into fucking this
Like the
gun
Cleary,
in
like
two
next
in 2
Cleary
years.
sort of
but
thing.
then, you know, you sign in White and he's going to be... Maybe he steps in for Walker in 2 years, but that's only going
But
to be
he's
for like
only
a year.
Yeah, 100%.
Because he's only signed for 3 years.
And
then
what,
he's-
how like is he the same player in
Yeah.
2 years, 3 years?
People are telling me that are South fans that next year they want to see, him start at 7 over Ilias.
Who?
Whiten.
One.
That's what they.
He's not even a 7.
I
though.
know that they want him to start at 7 because they don't.
But why?
they hate
Ilias is
that
the
much.
next.
But they
big
know. But
thing.
South's fans aren't saying that. He's
Yeah.
saying like the coach is saying that.
I'm only joking.
But I know South's fan that is just like, I'd rather see Whiten start at 7.
Fuck.
Man, that's such a bad decision. I just
Yeah,
wanted to throw it in there.
That is bad.
All right, let's get into the games. We'll go through these nice and quick. Manly Panthers, mate. They finished 12-24.
Yep.
It
This is a weird one.
was a bit of a boring game. Like,
Manly sort of like
they
threw a
kind
bit
of-
at him, and
Panthers just were
upset him a
off.
bit.
Yeah, they were just off.
But was that from Manly though?
I don't know. They just
were
looked
they
a bit
missing
off.
Luai? Like, is that shores up a fair bit of
Definitely
their attack?
was probably a little bit.
Yeah.
Um,
What about the like forcing back kick from?
You know, I don't
Garrick.
think everyone keeps talking about he was trying to get into this kick off, but you know what I think he was just trying to do? He's trying to kick a 20-40.
Do you reckon?
If you look at where he's standing,
Yeah, I
he looks
saw it
up.
was behind the line.
He looks up and then he looks and he kicks it across field. He just didn't he clearly tried to hit a 20-40.
Yeah.
I don't think that I don't know why everyone's saying, oh, he's trying to set up a fucking kick off.
I'm not saying that.
No, but
I'm
like
just
they were
saying,
going on
like,
about it like Matty John show last night.
I was just sort of seemed like he
they
was
won.
trying to like
It's
just
pretty simple.
change
You
it up
just
a
look
bit.
at it. He grabs it. He looks at where he is. He looks over to where the 40 is, and he kicks it towards there, but he doesn't hit it right.
yeah.
I don't think he was trying to
It's actually not a bad idea.
no.
Like,
more
because
people
you
should
think
do it.
The winger would be
Yeah.
chasing the kicks, right? So
I
there
think
wouldn't
if
be
someone like
back.
Latrell and shit should do it more.
Yeah.
So
Because
you wouldn't have 20 tap.
Matty Burton or something.
Just kick the fuck out of it,
Yeah.
but kick it to the corner. So at the absolute worst,
They got to come from the corner.
they're coming from the corner,
Yeah.
and at the end of the day,
Because what, it has to bounce, doesn't it? If they're kicking it off the 20 tap,
yeah,
has to bounce before it goes
yeah,
out.
yeah. Same as a 40-20.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, for a
exactly.
20-40, yeah. So why don't you just? I'd kick it, because the biggest thing, the issue with the one with Garrick's is he's got the ball. Everyone's just fucking defended. All the middles are fucked. He's kicked the ball. He's got it back. No one's on side or anything. He's then kicked it, and if it doesn't go out, all your middles are like, fuck, man, I turn around and fucking do it all again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Which they pretty much
they're
did.
cooked.
Yeah.
Whereas if you get a 20 tap, other than the fullback, if you can pick the fullback out of position or over the side a little bit, and you got someone like a big boot the fuck out of it. At least your line's set, right? They've sort of walked back. They've set themselves. They've at least taken a breath. That team's set. And if you know it's a play, you call, fucking squirrel, I don't know, make a name up, and you kick it, and your whole line knows. And then if they're running with it, even if the ball doesn't go out, your whole
there's a whole
defensive
line.
line's basically
And then their
set,
team's back
and their
there
team's
still.
you're probably gonna be in line with their team almost, or if not, and their team's fucked.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think it's a pretty good idea, but no one really does it.
It's
But
a big, because you got to get the kick right.
you're at kick right.
So you
But
gotta,
even if you've missed it, that's what I mean. If
Yeah,
you don't
yeah.
get, and then it's you're almost it's not a win-win, but it's a win or it's fine.
Even,
you
yeah,
know,
yeah.
even.
Yeah. Because
You're
it's still you're still got good field position.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
anyway, I thought they were a bit off though.
Yeah.
Manly tried to definitely come with a bit of a rough up sort of game, but
Yeah.
I think they've just realised they probably just don't have the class
Nah.
at the
It's
moment.
going to be hard, right? They're
Yeah.
just bullied by that forward pack.
I just feel like Seabold's just destroyed Manly at the moment, man.
Yeah.
I just,
It's fucking.
it's
pretty
what
wild.
everyone was scared of
Yeah.
when he
and
come in.
at the start, they won the pre-season comp, whatever, and they started the year all right, and you're like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
maybe that Broncos year was a bit of a blip, but it's
Yeah, people
And
would
they're
say
not going that
they've got
bad,
a lot of
but-
forwards out and they've lost Tommy and shit. But it's just he's made a lot of decisions through the year that I've just scratched my head over.
not playing Garrick at fullback that whole time,
bro.
is so
They
dumb.
lost 2 or 3 games there purely because he wasn't at fullback.
Yeah.
They played well, but they had
And then
they had
they're
KO.
playing him as centre.
where the fuck's KO?
Don't know.
Because
Is
he
he
was
injured,
KO weeks.
maybe?
He was fucking his love child, and he was playing him at fullback every week. And you're just bro, what are you doing?
Yeah.
And he played him in center, and he got pumped. I think it was against I think it might have been against the Panthers when
Yeah.
it was when Edward
What is he?
scored.
Is he
Edward
a
scored
14?
3 tries on him.
Yeah.
because he just kept running. They kept
Is he
running
a
down
14?
the right.
What is he?
I don't know, bro. He's come from Union, so I just don't think they know his position.
Yeah.
I think he's like
too small to be like a back rower and
he
stuff.
can't really play in the line.
No.
So they put him at fullback.
Is he a
and then
winger?
he wasn't. Nah, he's too small. He's too little. He's too creative.
Has to be
He's
a
like very
a hooker
ball.
or something then.
He's like a hooker 14, I'd say. Yeah. So I don't know, bro. Next game, Sharks Titans 36-6.
Fuck me tipping.
Yeah, I'm trying to just think of the game. Oh, weird thing about that game, they basically had the same fucking jersey on.
Yeah,
I couldn't even tell. It was
yeah.
shit. I watched the
was pretty
game. I was
bad.
like, it's hard to even tell who these teams
Yeah.
are. Like,
On the Sharks, did we talk about? We didn't even talk about Wade Graham
no,
retiring.
yeah, no, we haven't
Yeah.
said that. Yeah,
Next
He's a
time of
tenor
the
too.
year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot he played for the Panthers,
Yeah, same.
because they put a post up saying like played since 2013 or whatever.
Yeah.
But he's played since like 2009. He played for the Panthers, and I was like, oh fuck, I
he
forgot about
he debuted as a 17-year-old too, didn't
that.
he?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, long time. Like, been watching so much footy. Yeah,
Playing for so
many, yeah.
long, man.
yeah.
He's played for ages. He's probably body's just fucked. I wouldn't be surprised. Well, I was actually surprised that he's just full on retiring because his missus is actually from France.
Yeah.
She's French. He met her. She was over here traveling or
Yeah.
living over here or something. And he said it heaps of times that he always wanted to finish playing in France, and go live over there because she's from there. So like
Maybe just like he's had a lot of head knocks and
yeah, maybe just the doc's sort of full time, or he
yeah.
might have a few
his
niggles.
body.
And he's just like, I'm
he's
fucked.
Fuck it, dude.
Yeah.
What's another year?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I can just go enjoy, like, travel France.
Yeah, could just go and do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who knows? You go and make fucking couple $100K and live there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It wouldn't be too bad, but
Nah. Well,
maybe
who knows?
just over
He
it.
still might.
he
who
might.
knows?
That's what I'm saying. Like
Yeah.
you might see
Might
it
just
maybe
retire
come out.
from NRL. Who
Yeah.
knows? Yeah.
Yeah. Titans just sort of, you could tell their season's done, and
Yeah.
they weren't really.
Foreign's fucked, eh? Like, he
Yeah.
needs like toe surgery.
They just need to let him. Like, why is he still playing?
I don't know.
They can't make the A.
Well, now they can't.
Well, they couldn't
Definitely.
even-
Could they? I think they could have mathematically.
Right. Surely
Yeah.
just give him rest.
I'd say
rest of the year.
you'd
eh?
have to think so now. Put Campbell in it.
Campbell at 6.
Six
Although he's
and-
not very good in the line.
No,
I think
he's not, but-
I think you just put Brimo at 6, man.
Yeah.
I think you just have to.
You do.
Like,
Mm.
yeah.
Yeah.
Sharks. It's weird. They've sort of found form the last 2 weeks. Obviously,
Yeah.
we missed last week, but
I
you
think
know,
this week would be a good
Souths-
test for him, man. Like,
South was like a weird game because I was like, did they find form or was South
South's
just
just
awful?
poo, yeah.
Because they were awful, but then they
They
kind of
were.
like, and they even come back in at the end. They scored those
Yeah,
tries
yeah.
at the end last week, and was like, oh fuck.
yeah.
But
So it was, yeah, exactly.
I think this
So it was
might have stamped
Sharks
it a bit
even.
more that they actually showed.
Yeah.
Trindles looked better. I
Yeah.
think he was
I think getting used to that.
had to get a
5'8"
couple
role,
of
man.
weeks. Yeah, couple of, yeah, he's probably not 5'8". I think
No.
next year, we've talked about it a few weeks ago, they need to switch him. I
Yep.
think, like, I know they want him to be the halfback and blah, 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 as in Hines, but I think if you look at pure positions, Hines is probably more of a 6 anyway.
For sure.
He's a great runner of the ball and
Yep.
all that, and then Trindle's a 7. So just switch him.
To switch him. Yeah.
What's the point?
Which they probably will
Yeah.
with the full preseason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing more in that game. Pretty good.
Yeah.
Eels, Broncos Eels 54-10. That was an absolute rugby league humping.
Fucked him.
Bro,
Humped him. Like, yeah. That was a must-win game.
yeah,
I mean, this week is for Para, but that one was the one, like,
yeah,
you need to put up a fight. And they're always going to be fucked now without Mitchy Mose.
yeah. Fuck,
Like, it was a good effort, like, trying to,
pretty innocuous. So you just sort of like,
yeah,
got it. Apparently it wasn't in that tackle. They said it happened earlier,
yeah.
but I didn't see the tackle.
No, nor
yeah.
did I.
I don't think
that
they know where.
What about
where
that
it was.
try though, from Herbie?
That was so good.
Running backwards.
Even I was like, yes, it was sick.
It's hard to hate them.
Yeah, I like their players, man.
Yeah.
I like.
Like, I hate
I think
the Broncos.
Walsh carries on
I
a
think we
bit.
said
I
it.
kind of like Walsh pisses me off sometimes. Like,
Yeah.
he's good, but he carries on. He's just like those couple of years too young for me. There, he's just like a bit
Yeah, he's-
cocky.
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
I know
yeah.
in a couple of years he'd be all right. He'll settle
Yeah.
down a bit.
Yeah.
But then yeah, like Ezra Mam's fucking good
Gun.
shit.
Paddy
and
Carrigan's good.
Carrigan,
Fucking
Haas,
Herbie's a
you know.
fucking
Herbie,
So
all these
good.
guys are like fucking
yeah.
yeah.
It's hard to hate them.
100%.
Yeah.
Tony Staggs,
Yeah.
beast.
Beast,
You know.
beast. Jordan
Uh,
Ricky, Pakura, like the fucking guns, and then
Mm.
Adam Reynolds and shit. Like,
Oh yeah. Like that's what I mean. There's no one in
Payne
that team.
Haas,
I'm just
what
like
the fuck?
we've said it all year, but I remember Broncos of yesteryear, man. I just would fucking
Fucking hate them.
despise them, mate.
It's because it was pretty much the whole Queensland team.
Yeah.
Now there's like a good little
Like,
sprinkle of
people
New
go,
South
oh, I'm
Wales
going to
in
the
there.
Broncos game all the time. No, I don't watch those cunts.
Fuck that, dude.
But now I would.
I would go. Yeah.
Even if I don't give a fuck who they're playing, I'm going.
Yeah.
You know they're probably going to put on a show too.
For
They're
sure,
probably the
it's-
most
It's so entertaining.
team to watch.
So
You'd
many
have to
points,
say by
man.
far. Even though like Panthers have a better differential and shit, I genuinely think
They're
they're
still
more,
better to watch.
and more entertaining.
Yeah.
Just Panthers get you into a grind.
Yeah,
and just
the
suffocate
better
ya.
differential is probably just because Broncos let in more tries.
Yeah.
But they're still scoring a lot of points.
Yeah, Panthers suffocate you, man,
Yeah,
till you
dude.
to death.
100%.
You know, there is other teams, like Storm are good on their day. Like
Yeah.
they can be very entertaining. You know,
Yeah.
with, you know, Hughes and Munster and shit.
Yeah.
Probably when Paps is back too.
Yeah.
But you know, I think they're probably the best.
Yeah.
All right. Next game, we had Rabbits Dragons, 26-14. Yeah.
Mm.
I don't
Like
know. They were shit, man.
It was a shit game.
The score flatters the Rabbitohs, man, and that's not
fully.
even a big score.
Yeah.
They just
8-point win.
They didn't look.
That's what like
Wasn't like
it's
10
hard.
point. 12-point win.
Oh yeah, 26-14.
Yeah.
Yeah, 12. Sorry. It's hard. Like where you can't gauge. Like I can't even put it into words.
I know.
Like where are they sitting? Like
I
what
know.
do they come out and fucking hump the Knights this weekend? Do the Knights come out and hump them? Like
Yeah,
it's so weird.
Yeah, it's hard to know, man, what the
Yeah.
fuck's going on with them. They're just, and they don't even. It's not like their players are out. They've got a few forwards out, and that's a bit like
they do. Which they'll be back.
Tola,
Yeah, Hamasele.
Sele, all
He-
these.
which-
They didn't, and then Burgess was out too. So they had a lot
Jed
of
Cartwright
they had
had
big,
like
big
back
forwards
spasms.
out. Yeah.
I think so. Burgess is still
I
out
think-
next week.
I don't. Was it Jed Cartwright? I know that Arrow had back spasms last week.
Yeah, but that was the week before.
But he was back. But you see, he was getting work on the sideline, so he
but
wasn't 100%.
Jed Cartwright had back spasms
Yeah.
this week.
So
before
you
kickoff.
put. It's hard. It's hard because they're a very flary team, right?
Yeah.
And if your team's not moving forward, you can't show that flair.
Yeah.
So it's almost like hand in hand a little
think
bit. That's
I
where
s-
it's a bit tough.
Yeah, I saw that Hamasele will be back this game.
Right.
Um,
What happened to how they signed fucking what's his name? Saluka Fafita off of us. That big forward.
Yeah, I don't know.
What happened to him? Is he injured too? Maybe.
No idea.
Because he was fringing for us, and
Yeah.
then the amount of injuries you'd say he'd be starting for
Yeah.
them unless he's
Maybe
injured.
he's just injured as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not too sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, or you would have thought he'd be like an in, like
Yeah.
an easy in.
And you can tell the pressure's building on other players. Like you look at Tillie-mania and shit, he wasn't very good on the
He was
weekend.
bad.
He was bad, and it's almost like he's having to do too much, and he's a bit young, and it's not really his thing just to be out there and fucking
Just
rip and
rip it-
tear.
yeah, 100%.
But he can't because he's having to take carries and
Yeah, try and get the offload
yeah,
and
then
try and do
Cam
the thing.
Murray's fucking working overtime.
Yeah.
He already works his dick off, and his
Fuck
body,
yeah.
his dick's falling off, and he's still having to work.
And he's still working
Yeah.
for it.
Well, still having to work to find his dick. You know, it's like digging through the rubble trying
Yeah.
to find his
Where's
dick.
my dick?
Where's my dick? Where are you?
Dick, come back.
Oh, mate. So
Oh,
yeah,
fuck.
they're struggling,
Yeah.
but
Who
hopefully-
knows? Like,
I actually I hope they don't, but hopefully for anyone else's sake that supports Rabbits, they find some form.
I hope they don't.
I hope they don't.
Yep. This week anyway.
Yeah. Cool.
Dragons.
Yeah,
just-
Dragons. Fuck, I don't even know what to
Same all
say.
year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Dragons are the Dragons, mate.
Yeah.
They just want the year over.
Yeah.
The season is too long.
It is long.
I've decided
Yeah.
it's just too long.
Yeah, you've been hearing it everywhere, man. It's
It's
27
just too long.
season-
That's why I haven't
27
really made it a take for us to talk
games.
about because I think everyone agrees it's just too long.
Yeah.
I think it should be
25, 24.
you know what I think? 20 games and they have 4-week break over in the middle of the year. Origin
Do
period.
like internationals and
Yeah.
shit. Yeah.
20 games is fine. Do you really want to watch more than 20 games in a year?
No.
Plus Origin?
It's a lot.
Plus finals?
Plus internationals.
So now they're doing 32 weeks,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah.
You
It's
don't need
hectic.
that many games,
Yeah.
man. Just do 24 with your Origin, 24 weeks, and then your 4 weeks of finals.
Yeah.
So it's done in 28 weeks, bro.
Yeah. So it'd be done like a week after the regular season. No, like now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just better.
Mm.
Bodies must be fucked as well.
Fuck yeah.
Like,
And then you got 8 weeks and then that's
the
it.
issue of it, man, there's a couple of issues. The one is the quality of the games are just fucking dog shit.
Yeah.
because like some teams are just so far out of it, and then like other teams are fucking vying for 8s, and they're just like blowouts and shit.
The comp is so close, but it's like so far away from those last few.
And the only reason, and then like the reason it's so close is because some teams are pulled away, but then they've gotten all these injuries through fucking Origin and
it's like
and it's trying to just close it up. And although that's good, it's just like a lot of the games are just like I'm watching the games because I have to review them and talk about them. But some of the games I don't want to watch. No. I'm just like, fuck, I have to turn this.
Yeah, there's a game on. There's a game on this weekend. I'll just check.
There's a few of these games. Like, look, like, okay, the Thursday night game, Manly Panthers. I watched it because it's the Thursday night and there's nothing else on. And you want to watch it.
Yeah.
Shit game though.
Yeah.
Next game, Sharks Titans.
Yeah.
That was a fucking terrible game as well, bro. Like, not one part of me was like, I want to watch this game.
No.
Eels Broncos, you're kind of like, okay, that could be something.
Yeah.
You know, Rabbits Dragons, shit game.
Yeah.
Do you want to watch that? I didn't. Tigers Warriors, another shit game. Roosters Dolphins, Roosters had a chance. That's why you'd want to watch it.
Yeah.
Storm Raiders, like Raiders have won a lot down there, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And then Knights Bulldogs is another shit. Really, it's a shit game. Like,
no
one wants to watch it. So there's about 4 games out of the fucking weekend. No
this
one really wants
weekend
to watch.
and we'll get into the tips after. But like Warriors versus Manly. Do you want to watch that game?
Not really.
Neither do I.
Not now. It's
not
too
now,
late in the year. Like round 10, yeah, great. I'll watch it.
How's
100%.
this for a Saturday 3:00 blockbuster? Tigers versus Dolphins.
Like, no one's watching that game. They would have one of the worst ratings all year, I reckon. Dolphins don't have any fans.
What about
they're new?
What about prime time Sunday 4:00 Channel 9 game everywhere? Raiders versus Bulldogs.
Shit game, man. Yeah, it's it's just gone too long, man. It honestly has just gone on too long.
Yeah.
All right, where are we at? Tigers Warriors, 22-30.
Yeah.
I missed this game as I was watching the Matildas.
Yeah, same.
But I sort of seen highlights of it.
Yeah.
Looked like Tigers put up a bit of a fight.
And which they have been too.
Yeah.
They've been actually putting up a fight in a lot of the games. I wouldn't be
they've never
surprised if
been
they get one.
It's kind of off of full season, I think that the Bulldogs deserve the wooden spoon.
100%.
I think the Tigers have been better, but
For
they're
sure.
quite far off.
They are.
Like, they're like a good 2 or 3 wins, I think. Yeah,
2 games.
And then I think they're 4 and against. Oh, it might not be too bad now compared to theirs. But yeah, I don't know. Warriors got the job done. This is it's hard. I don't want to discredit the Warriors. I think they're great. I think Sean Johnson will get Dally M this year. I just think he's a clear winner for me.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anyone close to him.
No.
But I just still can't see come crunch time they've got what it takes to beat any big team.
No, if they offering up what they offered up on the weekend.
But they've been like that a few weeks now.
Yeah.
There's been a few weeks there like they've sort of scraped over the line. They haven't put in a really, really big performance.
Yep.
And it just sort of shows they're probably a year or 2 away for that. Like, if you put an RTS into that team next year and, you know, a couple, like, I think they'll be better.
Yeah,
like, if they can still
together.
perform at that, like,
Yeah.
if Sean Johnson can still perform at that. And,
Yeah.
You know, I think they'll be okay. They're probably just missing that extra star power or 1 or 2. Like, they're gonna, that's what I mean. They're like playing well. It's almost like a Sharks last year.
Yeah.
Finished second.
Yeah,
but then sort of bounced out.
Yeah.
I feel like they'll do that again this year.
I guess you can take like out of that game, like no chance Nickel Clockster, which is a massive out.
Yeah, for sure.
Which I think he'll be back next week because it was.
I think it was a head knock, wasn't it?
Yeah, level 1 or whatever. When they're on, they can beat anybody
For sure.
But it's it's the consistency, and then
Yeah.
finals footy, you got to do it for 4 weeks, right?
And I just feel like they might struggle.
Yeah.
Especially when they come over to like they've been good in Australia this year, but
Yeah.
I think when it comes down to it, the class will shine, and I think they probably just don't have it yet.
Yeah.
In terms of they've got a lot of players that weren't even playing NRL last year, man.
No,
you know, so
they just sort of throw
how are
together
they going
team.
when that level lifts a little bit going into like finals? How are they going to look? You know, like they're going to fire as much. You know,
Yeah.
so it'd be interesting to see.
Yeah, hopefully we're proven wrong.
100%. That's what I said. Like, fuck.
Yeah.
Like, don't. Yeah, I want them to do well. I
Yeah,
love what they're
same.
great to watch.
100%.
Great to watch, but it's just there's something in that level of like I just feel like they're missing this year.
That
like
one piece.
they'll get there, but they might not just have enough. I think. Roosters Dolphins 30-14. good win by us, I think. As you said, first half was a bit scrappy.
Sloppy first half.
To be fair, we just got in the grind and we had more ball, and it's what we've done a lot this year, and just had the ball, had the field position, we're playing well, just couldn't score points.
Do you think, like, I remember I wasn't like watching. I had it on the background, I was sort of watching. That Ray Stone sin bin. It's pretty harsh, I reckon. And that sort of turned the game on its head.
It's the swinging arm motion.
Yeah.
It's this, like...
But he was like fucking nearly fully fell over.
It's the same thing they've said all year. You're swinging your arm. You're not showing...
it's careless.
It's careless to an attack. You're not showing, what's it called? Like, care towards the fucking attacking player or whatever. They've said it all year, man. It's been
I know, it's just...
It's been no different from like anything this year, you know. Like we didn't even talk about the send offs and shit last week. Fuck me dead. Yeah, like that was just, to me, that's wild. Yeah. Like you can look at like the Browns one and go, was that any worse than any sin bin like this year? Maybe some, but
like it's not a send off.
There was no clear cut, and then the Fodawaker as well, same shit. Yeah. I just don't think they know what they're fucking looking at these days.
But there wasn't a crackdown though. So.
Wasn't a crackdown apparently. But no, I think we did all right, man. And I think that sin-bin definitely changed the game. We got that try right on half time, which we needed for sure. For sure. But I think they were just trying to find their feet. The interesting thing for us is going to be Walker played for 80 minutes yesterday in reserve grade, so he's back. Hutcho scored 2 tries, looked pretty good. Can actually kick the ball more than 30 metres. Although Sandon Smith kicked a 40-20. Yeah. And then Luke Keary hit nearly one and it almost, And I was like, has this been all year? Yeah. What the fuck?
Why are you bringing it out now?
Yeah. It'd be interesting to see. They sort of asked Robbo after the game. He was like, "Oh, I don't know. You have to wait and see." And I don't think he'll change it. Yeah. And then I think he likes Sandon Smith. I think he actually, I can just tell he's dropped Turpin, who's been one of our best players this year, I thought, and he's dropped him out and he's playing Sandon Smith at 9 or 14.
Yeah. Come on as a 9.
Yeah, but he's playing more minutes than Cheese. Yeah. What the fuck's going on there?
Are they brothers?
No.
For some reason, does Cheese's brother play?
As if you'd call your sons
bro, I know.
Fucking Sandon and Brandon.
That's what I was like. Surely not.
No. Yeah. But I just don't understand the minutes for Cheese. He must be injured or something, man.
Got something going on.
He must have something going on.
Getting paid that amount of money.
Getting paid like $850K. You played almost fuck all this year because you've been injured, like in and out. And then he's starting him till like yesterday on the weekend. He played him till the 30th minute or just like the 28th minute or some shit. Sandon came on and then he came back on with 3 minutes left in the game.
Why even bother?
So he played for 31 minutes, bro. Yeah, and the week before he played for 42 or something.
Yeah. It's when your marquee signing is getting like half a game.
And how he brought him back on is how I want him to play him. Play him for that long. Take him off like he did, but bring him back on
like 60 minutes
at the 60-minute mark and play him at 13 or play him just through the middle. Yeah, and he did, but he did it for the last 3 minutes of the game. Why is he coming on at 3 minutes to go in the game, bro? I know the game was done.
Radley can go onto an edge, can't he?
You don't need him to, man. You just play him through the middle. They did it with Watson and Egan Butcher last year. Yeah. They just, it's when we were going really well, because Collins was out, I think it is ACL or whatever. So they had, they'd start with fucking Lodge and Hargreaves, and then, they play first 30 minutes. Yeah. And then 10 minutes out before halftime when everyone's fucked, they bring on Egan and Connor Watson as the forwards, the two forwards through the middle. Yeah. And they just destroy it, man. Just a little fast cunts. Yeah. But can still defend well. Yeah. And then they would play them for 60 till the 60-minute mark.
Does he have
and then everyone's fucked. And then all of a sudden they bring on the two big boys to finish off the game, and they'd be fucked. They'd smoke them again. Yeah. We went on an 8-game winning streak, and it's just you can do that. Yeah. You've got a clone of fucking Connor Watson, but probably better in terms of running the ball.
Yeah.
Why is he not playing?
Nah, I don't know.
It's actually mind-baffling.
It's just
I don't get it.
It's your season though, right? It's been like that all year.
Oh man, he's done some fucking weird shit all year, and it's just I don't really I can't grasp what he's trying to do this year. Yeah. It's weird. But we got to win. We're still in with a chance. That's the main thing.
Yeah.
Dolphins with the Dolphins. They tried hard, but you can tell they're just sort of running out of steam.
Yeah,
Older
Bennett
team. Don't have the squad. You know.
Yeah, Bennett said it in the post match. It was
I would listen to it.
Yeah, he was asked because someone asked him like, how's end of your season going or whatever, and he's like, what's worse than the start because look at their stats.
Yeah.
Like if
100%.
they'd kept this season the start up, the different team.
And he was also blowing up. He said that like Ray Stones was a sin bin. Billy Smith should have got a sin bin for the fuck. I'm like, mate, he's running with the ball and he just hasn't gone like that. He went like that. So he's braced himself. He didn't cock his elbow into his head. And you've got the ball. Like you start sending people off with the ball. Like how many times? Tino's done about 3 times this year where he's actually lifted his elbow, and none of them mean sin mids. But then Billy Smith gets fuck off, cunt. You know what I mean? Like it's just because it was his team. Kind of.
Yeah, that's it.
All right, Storm Raiders 48-2. We've already mentioned them a bit.
Yeah.
They just fucking look like shit. The Raiders, man. There's not much more to really say about them.
And Storm were just
Storm
gonna do what you thought they would do.
Yeah.
Against that shit of a team.
The thing with the Storm is they normally peak early in the year and they try and just hang on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like Roosters start real slow, build. Other teams like have different sort of ways.
Yeah.
Whereas they kind of just have sort of been up and down.
Yeah.
But now they're starting to just find that peak.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Which is pretty.
I know they lost last week against the Panthers, but
Yeah.
you take that game out, they've been pretty fucking good.
Except the Knights game.
Yeah.
But they even started that game well.
Yeah.
They played okay. But
they're just a younger team this year, so I think they kind of are a bit inconsistent.
yeah.
But it'll be interesting to see how they
he'll
finish
have
off
a
the
prime,
season.
for the finals.
Yeah.
Always does.
Yeah. I don't really have much more to say on them, man, because we sort of talked about it.
Yeah.
Last game, Knights Bulldogs, just blowout, man. We have talked a little bit, but
yeah. It's not really much else to say, is there?
like they just
it was one of them danger games. Like we could have lost, and old Knights probably would have lost that game.
Yeah.
It's good to just get a big margin.
Yeah. I was saying all week last week, I just said like I could see Knights missing the 8 purely because they'll do what the Knights do and just like lose easy games or something. Yeah. But it just seems to be, as I said, it's almost like a turn of, it's like they've turned the corner. There's like something new and different.
Yeah.
It just feels about the whole, like about them in general.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, 6 games now. Like it's not a small feat in this competition.
Yeah.
To win 6 in a row.
Good, bro. They look good.
Yeah. And Doggies.
Yeah, we talked about them already. They're just shit. They just shouldn't be where they are, but that's what it is.
Next year, be patient.
Yeah. Tips for next week. Let's get them up, man.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
So Sharks, Cowboy Sharks.
Cowboy Sharks. Fuck me. There's gonna be some weird games this weekend.
Yeah.
It'll be hard to tell. It's at Cowboys, is it?
Yep.
I probably need a Sharks win, so I'm gonna go Sharks, man.
Yep. I'm just trying to think who I want, like in the whole scheme of it all.
Yeah.
I probably want Sharks because I don't think we can leap them.
Well, you can.
We can.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Cowboys.
Yeah. Yeah, you probably want more Cowboys.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah.
Warrior. Oh, but then if Sharks win,
but then you're still a full point ahead. So you're still, if Sharks lose, you have a chance of going 1 point behind, and then if they lose again, you'll be ahead.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
We'll go Cowboys. Warriors.
And you need to try and get some tips, man.
Yeah.
It's different to me.
Warriors, Manly.
Warriors, Manly.
Yeah. It's at Warriors as well.
Yeah, hold on, Warriors.
Yep. Eels, Roosters.
Roosters.
Both go Roosters. Tigers, Dolphins.
Fuck, who knows? I might go Tigers in that one, man.
I'm going Tigers. Titans, Panthers. Easy one.
Yeah, Panthers.
Dragon, Storm. Another easy one.
Storm.
Knights, Rabbits.
It's a 50-50, that one as well.
Yeah, obviously I'm going to go the Knights.
Yeah. I might go Rabbits just so it's like different.
Yep. So
we have a couple of different tips and so I think my Hastings might be out and stuff and
yep.
Yeah. Is it at Knights?
Yep. So this game and the Sharks.
I feel like you played heaps of games there this year, eh?
Nah, not. We haven't lately.
Every game I seem to watch of the Knights, they're always at home.
It's been good because the last 3-4 weeks it's been like we're at Perth.
Right.
and then we're at fucking
Yeah, I missed a few.
Somewhere else.
I think I had it on, but I wasn't like invested.
We're
whereas,
like
last
we're
time.
at Perth and we're at somewhere else before that, and
Yeah.
we're in Melbourne.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. That's right.
We played at home last week. This week just gone. Now we're at home again. Then we're at home again.
Yeah.
3 weeks.
That's good.
Sunday Arvos.
That's all the games, eh?
Raiders, Bulldogs.
Raiders, Bulldogs. Fuck, you'd think Raiders will bounce back.
Yeah. We got Raiders.
Yeah. All right, mate. That's it.
Them.
All done for another week, eh?
That's it. Good to be back.
Cool. Yeah, it has. It's been good.
If you're still here.
Yeah, cool. That's it for another week. If you haven't, please subscribe and add us on Instagram if you haven't as well. We're also going to be maybe putting on a second show just over the break or like leading in. Going to be more talking around EPL with one of our mates from England. Actually, before we go, I just wanted to read this out. I thought this was a really cool thing I saw today, and it sort of leads more into the EPL. So I thought I'd screenshot it and read it if you still are here. So I seen a thing on, like, you know how Luton Town, so it's like they made the EPL this year. Luton Town, it's like a team, soccer team. So they've literally in the past 9 years come from like in League 2, so the very bottom league of English, and they've come through all English league divisions. So on the weekend, the season started. A guy called Peli Ruddick, I can't say his last name, I think it's like Panzu. He's 29 years old. He made his Premier League debut yesterday with Luton Town. He's the first footballer in history who, with the same team, rose from 5th to the English Premier League and into the English First Division. So 5th, I think that must have been even the National League, so not even in any of the actual football leagues. With the same team.
Yeah.
There was a total of 4 promotions in 9 years, amassing more than 300 appearances. When he arrived at Luton, they trained in a public park. Now he will play at Old Trafford, Anfield, Etihad and Emirates Stadium, and so on.
Hectic.
Crazy, eh?
That's hectic.
That's like mental, man.
Yeah.
Like he's literally, they were in like...
stayed at the club since they were playing
like a local team.
like Redlands versus someone.
Yeah. And now they've like literally done... Like he's going to the Premier League. Yeah. He's stayed with them the whole time.
Hectic.
Mental, eh?
That's wild.
Anyway, cool. We'll see you next week. Bye.
Yeah.